Hey guys, so Shane here from Laser Gaming. Sorry for the lack of Battlefield Hardline videos, but today I have a pretty good one. Before I get into this awesome video, just like say that if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe down below for much more Battlefield Hardline content and everything on the Getaway DLC. Also, just like let you know that I'm doing a giveaway for the Getaway DLC, so don't forget to go and check out that video and stay tuned to the channel. But this video, we are going to be doing an everything Getaway DLC video. I'll be covering everything that this DLC has to offer, short, quick, as pretty much as quick as possible. I'll spend like 10 or 15 seconds on each weapon, but if you have annotations turned on or cards, whenever the gameplay of a weapon pops up, I'll have the link to a weapon review pop up, because I've reviewed most of the guns in this game. If you don't see an annotation and you really want to review that gun, don't forget to tell me down below in the comments. But yeah, it's basically how this works. Just be going in order, everything for the Getaway DLC. And just one final thing is we don't have a release date for this DLC. We don't know when it'll be released. We know it'll be released in January. And I'm assuming it'll be released in the second half of January, considering it's already January 6th. And they haven't announced a specific date yet. But yeah, so let's get right into the weapons. So the first weapon coming in this DLC is the Beretta M12. It's a slow firing SMG that has pretty good up close damage. Now the next weapon is going to be the MP5 Navy. This is a variant of the MP5K, and it's also a pretty cool weapon. Don't forget to go and check out the weapon review for that. MP5SD is another variant of the MP5K, yet this weapon is a suppressed weapon, ideal for up close engagements and staying off the minimap. Next on this list is the AUG-Par. The AUG-Par is overall, I'd say, just an average SMG, average damage, average fire rate, but it does have a slightly bigger magazine and a pretty cool bulb-up design that will remind you Battlefield 4 fans of the AUG-A3. But this weapon is a mechanic weapon. Now, next up is the UMP9, similar to the UMP45, but yeah, it's very similar. A lot of these weapons in the DLC are very similar to guns already in the game. Next is the SAR-21. This is a fairly unique one. It's an absolute beast at long range. I definitely recommend checking out the full review on that weapon because it's just very unique and exceptional at long range. Next, the M14 Sage. It's a battle rifle, as you can see, with immense recoil. But it actually is a pretty decent weapon when it comes down to it. The 1887 shotgun is actually, it's an okay shotgun, but with that lever action design, it's actually pretty awesome. I'm definitely going to be trying it out when the Getaway DLC releases. Next, the SRS Sniper. What's unique about this weapon is it's a one-shot kill out to 30 meters, I believe, or 35 meters, can't remember. But yeah, that's what makes the sniper unique. Next, the G17 raised pistol. This pistol is very similar to the G17, yet is the only weapon in the game to run the Coyote sight. As a custom sight, so again, for you Battlefield 4 fans who like the Coyote sight, you might want to give this weapon a try. Now next is the AWS Sniper. It's basically a suppressed version of the AWM that does 90 damage up close. Lastly is the M12 Mod 1, which is again just a average DMR. Nothing too special about this weapon. And now next we are going to be looking at the maps. This first map is Pacific Highway, again set on the coast of California. Next map is Double Cross. This map is set on the Mexican-American border, and it'll have some pretty cool blood money moments with one side in the US and one side in Mexico. Next is Diversion. This map is sort of based in a factory, sort of a water plant or something like that. It's just a pretty awesome map with extreme close quarters gameplay. And the map that looks the coolest to me is Train Dodge, because you can actually ride on the train, as you're going to see right here, which is one of the levolutions for this map. Another levolution is on the Pacific Highway, although it's not as significant. Basically, you can just shoot out some rocks and it'll crash under and block off a pathway, as you can see right here. Team Crispy, who actually provided a lot of the footage for me in this, shooting down that net so the rocks come down. I'll talk more about his contribution to this at the end of the video, but he also died there with a bit of delayed lag. Now next, I'm just going to be looking more in depth at the Fire Axe, and you actually going to see more gameplay on the Diversion map. Look at that, that's actually so sick how you can actually just travel through the map that way without really losing any health. And that's the Gold Fire Axe in action, which is one of the new melee weapons coming in the Getaway DLC. Well, actually the only new melee weapon coming in the Getaway DLC. Next we're going to look at the RF Jammer, a mechanic gadget that can actually stop the laser trip mine sabotage C4 from exploding or hurting you, which I think is just awesome. Something that can actually fight those annoying things that block off doorways and pathways. You can use this, run through, and sneak up on enemies who wouldn't have suspected you to be able to get by their equipment without a fight. As you can see, again, Divergent map's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know how to play with 64 players, especially in the extreme close quarters. Another cool thing with this map is the new cars. It brings us 4 new cars, I believe, and you can see some of them in action right here, driving along the Pacific coast. And here's another one. It's a Nissan GT, which is pretty sick. And the last one we're going to see is, oh, actually, no, never mind. There's another luxury coupe. And the last one we're going to see is a Rolls Royce, or sort of like a Rolls Royce, like Rolls Royce Bentley, sort of. It's not obviously called that in the game, but it looks exactly like them with that awesome hood ornament. Now we're going to get into the new game mode coming in this DLC. It's called Capture the Bag. It's really similar to Capture the Flag. It's basically identical. And I'm going to pause it right here so you can actually see the map. And basically you can see the criminals are on one side, cops are on the other side. Basically you have to capture the bag from your opponent's side and bring it back to your base in order to win the game, which is pretty awesome. And I'm glad they brought Capture the Flag back. It's a classic DLC game mode for Battlefield. I just wish in the next Battlefield they'd actually bring it back as a full game mode. Now some things I just want to talk about at the end of this video are what weapons will be getting free in this DLC and what weapons you'll have to pay for, and sort of the paid content and free content that'll be coming in this DLC. So basically if you go onto the Battlelog website, these are the specifics that you'll have to pay for in this DLC. So you get the 4 massive maps, obviously. You get the new game mode, Capture the Bag. You get 4 new vehicles, and that's mainly just because those vehicles are specific to the maps. So you can't really use the vehicles if you can't play on the maps. Now you get 3 new weapons for the mechanic class. Now this is where they aren't specific. This is where we sort of have to delve into the individual weapons to sort of sort out and see what weapons will be coming in this DLC. So, the MP5 Navy is a cop-only mechanic weapon, the AUG Para is a criminal-only mechanic weapon, and the Beretta M12 is a cop-only mechanic weapon as well. Now, the UMP9 is a mechanic-only weapon, yet since it's not faction-specific, I'm gonna assume that it's not paid. So the 3 paid weapons are the MP5 Navy, the AUG Para, and the Beretta M12. Now, there could be a possibility that the UMP9 could switch out with one of those weapons, however, I don't find it as likely. You'll also have to pay for the RF Jammer and the brand new Fire Axe, and what you'll get for free are the SAR 21, the G17 Race, the MP5 SD, 1887 Shotgun, AWS, M14 Sage, M12 Mod 1, and the SRS Sniper. So you're getting a ton of free weapons even if you don't feel like purchasing the DLC, but if you don't want to purchase the DLC but you still kind of want it but you don't really have the money for it, I'm doing a giveaway for the DLC. I'll probably do it a week before the DLC releases, so don't forget to stay tuned for that and enter it. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. The gameplay in this video is from both Danny on PC and Team Crispy, so don't forget to go and check out their channels, which will be linked down below in the description. I really appreciate your support on all of my videos lately. Thank you for 1,800 subscribers. Let's try to get to 2,000 pretty quickly, but that's about it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.